Hello everybody. In the current affairs this week, the week ended 23rd of March 2025. The Indian stock markets witnessed strongest weekly gains in last 4 years. The Nifty 50 this week was up by more than 4%, Nifty mid cap was up by more than 7%, and Nifty small cap was up by more than 8%. And this week, after so many weeks, so many months, and maybe so many years, it is so happening that FIIs have now been buyers this week. Net 5,800 crores is the Indian equity bought by the FIIs. This was also supplemented by buying by domestic institutional investors, the DIIs, by around 4,300 crores. So both the FIIs and DIIs were buyers in the Indian stock market this week. One of the sectors which got impacted in the recent downturn in the Indian stock market was the defense sector stocks. But this week, it witnessed a very sharp uptrend. Nifty Defense benchmark was up by more than 10% in just 1 week. Let us see whether this is a rally in a bear market or re-emergence of the bull market. It will all depend upon the events which will follow in a couple of weeks from now. The most important event being the announcement by the US in respect of reciprocal tariffs which are to come to force from the 2nd of April. Under this reciprocal tariffs, what US has said is that it would be imposing tariffs equal to the tariffs which are imposed by the respective countries when US exports their goods to those countries. So, if in case of India, if India is imposing a certain level of tariff on the goods imported from the US as a reciprocal tariff would impose the same rate of tariffs for the goods exported by India and imported by the US. So this is an important event as to what will happen in the times when reciprocal tariffs would be imposed by the US. Another important thing which has started happening is that the Indian rupee has started gaining strength. This week, in just 1 week, the rupee gained strength by 95 paisa and ended up at 85 rupees and 99 paisa to a US dollar. So, contrary to whatever was expected before a couple of months, that the Indian rupee would depreciate sharply against the US dollar, the trend is reversing and the rupee has started appreciating. As far as the US stock markets are concerned, net at the end of the week, Nasdaq and S&P 500 were by and large unchanged. In the announcements which were made at the time of presentation of the Union Budget by the Finance Minister, it was announced that 100% FDI would be allowed in the insurance sector. After that announcement, especially in this week, there were a lot of press releases and announcements by several Indian business groups and by foreign insurance companies, both in the life and the general insurance sector, for a lot of action on the insurance front in India. It seems that the action and the way the transformation of the insurance sector in India is going to happen is quite in pace and it has started happening. It is expected that on account of all this action, the penetration of insurance, both life and general, in India would significantly increase in the times to come. Thank you. That is all for this week.